Hello, this is Bill Cludsey. Welcome to a Cons of Tarkir draft, one of the great draft formats of all time. The introduction of the wedge colors and their names, whereas Shards of Alara is responsible for the shard colors in their names. Now we have all 10 three-color combinations taken care of, thanks to this set. Quite a fun format. I do like multicolored formats. This is a powerful one. Morphs are a huge part of knowing what's going on and playing around what your opponent is doing. We have a really good morph here, Ice Feather Aven, and another really good one, Mistfire Weaver. Aven is generally better. It comes up and has this Man of War, bounce back your thing effect. Mistfire Weaver, kind of hard to play around. It's in one color though, which is sort of the nice part here. And it hits a little harder. Generally, you'll play these in the same way. I'm going to take Mistfire Weaver. Both of these are excellent and the best cards in the pack. Jeskai Ascendancy. Don't have too much time to talk about that one, but interesting. Pearl Lake Ancient, quite a powerful control win condition. And then Master the Way. Yeah, this is a tough pack. I guess a common is missing because there is a foil here. Someone might have just wanted to pass a bunch of blue cards. Pearl Lake Ancient. Pearl Lake Ancient is powerful, but Master the Way draws a card and usually kills a creature. And that's more than enough to make it a solid mid-game play. The second Mistfire Weaver would be interesting, but it's not going to be as good as premium removal here. Pearl Lake Ancient, it's sad to let that one go, but Master the Way is going to make for a more consistent and better deck, I think. If we go into Teamer or some kind of weird thing, then who knows, but oh, this is interesting. Narset. First strike, hexproof. When this enters, exile the top 4 cards, and you may cast all non-creature cards in those top 4 without paying their mana costs when it attacks. So that's things like Master the Way. That's too fun here. I think we can just take Narset. It's not the strongest of the cons, but it is the most interesting. And listen, if we're going to Master the Way, we need the ultimate master to get us there. The pack is kind of weak overall. All of the morphs are good. Literally all of the morphs are good, especially the 3-color morphs, because you're sort of getting what you pay for. And besides that, I mean, there's just not a whole lot in this pack we're interested in. Bellowing Saddle Brute could be the strongest one out of this pack. I do like Jeskai Elder and Force Away. With Narset, you want all of these kind of effects that you like to cast off of Narset, bounce their creature. Jeskai Elder seems to be a little better because it's one of the few truly great 2-drops. This is a format of turn 3 morphs, but yeah, I'll go for the Elder here. I don't want to fill up on too many creatures, but let's see. Weave Fate and Jeskai Banner. These are some good ones. Monastery Flock is certainly fine. You tend to have enough card draw in this format between Treasure Cruise and Weave Fate and Master the Way and the banners. So maybe they're not so important to pick up, and we could just take the Flock. But I don't want to be left without too much card draw. It's early in the draft. We can take this. Ifrit Weapon Master over another Force Away. Yeah, this really is one of the best morphs you can get in Jeskai. Have a bunch of first strike creatures. Makes a lot of sense. I'm going to grab it here. Bloodfell Caves and some other creatures. Not great for our color. We could also look at Leaping Master as a solid 2-drop, or even Scion of Glaciers. just a fine creature all around, if a bit heavy blue. Bloodfell Caves lets us take things like Dead Drop and stuff that we might open. So I'm actually going to grab that here, even though it seems to be off color. Cancel, not the perfect thing to get with Narset, but the pack is weak overall, and I wouldn't mind playing a cancel. Let's see, you may cast non-creature cards without paying their mana costs. You would still have to pay additional costs, like discarding a card, whereas if you copy the spell, you'll just get the effect. You won't have to discard another card. Scaldkin, Tormenting Voice. Scaldkin is fine. I don't want to play too many creatures, so I'm going to focus on morphs. So I'll take the Tormenting Voice here. A nice early play. It's not like we'll need Narset every time to win, so we'll need a functional deck without Narset, but we can prefer good spells. That is surprising. Pearl Lake Ancient Wheels. I guess nobody is willing to go so deep. But Pearl Lake Ancient does go deep. That must be one large lake. 7 mana flat. Nobody expects this. It's a good reason to just ramp up and play a lot of lands. You can return a bunch of these dual lands that gain a life and then gain the life again. Grindy. It's more of a sealed bomb, but here it is. Hard Piercer Bow, not my favorite. Just take another morph. They're all good. Cranial Archive is quite good. Now, Narset doesn't just cast instants and sorceries. Any non-creature spell, so Cranial Archive could come in. Swift Kick maybe not as good, because Narset does have low toughness. The first strike is nice, but Jeskai Banner coming back. This is a glorious day for the Jeskai Mage in me, wheeling all of these cards. I'm glad I gave up on green. In fact, we're going to give up heavy on green here. Pine Walker is excellent. Ice Feather Aven, also extremely good. And this whole pack is kind of weak for Jeskai. It's great for Temur. I'm not even sure what the best card is here. Maybe Quiet Contemplation? Maybe Jeskai Banner, both of which have a high chance of wheeling. Whirlwind Adept is not something I'm too interested in. It has its place, but it really gets good with like Double Strike and Trample and stuff, and those effects I think were printed in Fate Reforged when those sets were drafted together. This is Cons draft only, so triple Cons. Yeah, it's a tough one. The only way we get both of these is by taking one now, so I'll grab Quiet Contemplation. I wouldn't fault you for taking Ice Feather Aven here, but I don't really plan on being in that color. Now, this might have worked incorrectly for me at one point, but I cast something like an Icy Blast for free, and it let me target any number of creatures. And that was just on Magic Online. Maybe it was a bug they fixed. But really, when you're casting something for free, X should be 0, and it should limit what you can target. But anyway, Feat of Resistance is quite nice. That's a good one to cast off Narset, or just to hold up in general. We didn't wheel any of the Force Aways. Hopefully we can get something back from this pack, whether it's Treasure Cruise, Force Away, or even Icy Blast. Mantis Rider. Yeah, I'm trying to focus on non-creature cards, but this is definitely a good creature. Hopefully we can pick up some fixing in our colors, because getting a turn 3 Mantis Rider is difficult unless you have a bunch of fixing. Dragon's Eye Savants, very easy to cast. You don't even need any colors. You don't even need blue mana to flip it. But Mantis Rider's too good. There's the Dead Drop. Well, not a bad one to cast off Narset, which won't restrict what colors you cast for the cards. And yeah, we do have the fixing for that, if nothing else. So I will grab Dead Drop over a weak pack besides that. The next best card might be Woolly Loxodon or Abomination. Mandrills is pretty good, and then of course the dual land is fine. But Nothing as exciting as the dead drop. Get that spicy 10 drop in here. Okay, Winterflame and Swiftwater Cliffs. Winterflame is solid. It's certainly one of the better things you can be doing with Narset. Aerialist is a solid size of a creature, but our late game is kind of decent without it. If Winterflame was any worse, I think I would take the land, but Winterflame is just too good. Just kill a creature, maybe a morph, tap something else so you can survive a bit longer. We'll get some fixing. We can just worry about that in the last pack. Or get lucky and wheel that one. Some of these packs are pretty strong. Treasure Cruise and Water Whirl. We didn't get the card draw yet, and Treasure Cruise is just free 3 cards off of Narset. So I think that's our option here. Mystic and Mardu Banner. Mardu Banner helps us get to these expensive plays and cast Dead Drop, and it fixes for red-white. So that's going to be my pick over Mystic, Trumpet Blast, and Kieran. Why would Trumpet Blast be any good? It's kind of good with Narset if you're a super aggressive deck, which we're not really. Mystic is great, but it almost doesn't matter what creatures we get, but it does matter what kind of fixing we get pretty soon here. A second Treasure Cruise. Not what I'm necessarily looking for. Neither is the second cancel, but I think there's more of a chance we play 2 cancels than 2 cruises. Jeskai Banner is back. It's more likely I play a couple banners. Force of Way's back, nice. Or a couple Jeskai Banners than a Mardu Banner, but you never know. Glacial Stalker is a fine morph, and we might as well pick some good morphs up. No fixing is coming back, so these Jeskai Banners will be extremely important for us. They also help us get down a very early Narset. So let's see, turn 3, 4, we could get turn 5 Narset very easily. And to get rid of Narset, I guess you need damage that hits all creatures, or a Wrath effect, or just to beat it in combat. It's kind of a sketchy attacking with it. Let's say they have a 4/4, and you attack with Narset. You're really hoping to hit some kind of answer to their 4/4, be it Bounce or Feat of Resistance or some kind of thing, which is a good reason to have other tricks that you might draw in your hand, like Feat of Resistance. Yeah, Kill Shot is good. Unfortunately, we might just have to take the fixing as soon as we can here. Windscarred Crag. It looks like we have plenty of playables. Maybe not Cranial Archive. Kill Shot is good. It's not a great one to hit with Narset. Hordling Outburst is good. Even Rattleclaw Mystic would be decent for this deck, but yeah, time to start prioritizing these lands. Valley Dasher, Treasure Cruise, another Weapon Master, and Blinding Spray. This is a good one to hit with Narset, and a good one on defense, and it draws you a card. Is that what we want? Other option is Ifrit Weapon Master. It's pretty much what I'm looking at. We're not really a Valley Dasher deck, but yeah, we'll take Blinding Spray. It's like a bad version of Master the Way. Sometimes it'll do something similar, like instead of trading with a creature, you just win that combat because their creature has no power. Alright, without the option of fixing in this pack, we can go ahead and take the removal spell, which is Kill Shot. I don't love Quiet Contemplation, or not the second one. The first one is okay. I mean, you do need a deck built for it, but Narset's kind of getting us to do that. Yeah, grab this Kill Shot. Abzan Ascendancy, that's a powerful one. And Weave Fate is decent. And Ifrit Weapon Master is very good. So let's grab that. It also gives us the ability to put 3 more power on something like Narset, which, you know, only the biggest of woolly Loxodons can defeat a 6 power first striker. So we'll grab another one of those. Goblin Slide and Crippling Chill. These are 2 really good ones. I'm going to grab this Goblin Slide. I think we're getting to the point where we have enough non-creature spells to make that really nice. If only we had the fixing. But yeah, it's sliding time. Valley Dasher, Scaldkin, Defiant Strike. Let us grab this Defiant Strike. This is exactly the kind of thing you want with the Contemplation and Goblin Slide. Cheap, it draws a card, and not a bad one with Narset either. Another Defiant Strike and a Disdainful Stroke. How about we take this Defiant Strike? We actually have counter magic, and it's not something we want too much of, even though that is a good one. I mean, you can counter all the delve spells, you can counter most of the cons. Yeah, Disdainful Stroke is generally a solid one to have one of in your deck. It doesn't counter all of the morphs, or any of the morphs if they're morphing them. But sometimes you'll catch someone trying to save mana and save time and just play it for retail. We could have all of the Jeskai banners, or we can take this decent spell here, Set Adrift. That'll give us a lot of delve, but we can cheat on some of the mana costs. Set Adrift. Yeah. Pretty good to hit that one off of Narset. I don't know how often that's going to happen, but ooh, Hordling Outburst. We're just not getting much fixing at all. I think these Jeskai banners are going to be huge for our deck. That or getting lucky with lands. What we can do, this is an 18 land format in general, but yeah, we'll just play a lot of lands. Another Treasure Cruise. Not sure if I want the second one. Definitely don't want the second Quiet Contemplation, but well, we'll see. Anyway, yeah, playing, so it's an 18 land format. I mean, the reason is you just have lots of things to do for 3 and 6 and 5 mana. Weave Fate. Yeah, I think I'll play the Weave Fate before I play the Treasure Cruise, so I am happy enough grabbing that. We do need some cuts, though. We do need cuts. Probably some of these creatures that aren't as useful. Definitely playing both banners. Definitely playing 18 lands. The Flock is too good to cut. Tormenting Voice might come out in favor of Weave Fate and Treasure Cruise. Well, then again, with all this delve, Tormenting Voice actually helps get to Treasure Cruise and so forth. And it's cheaper than Weave Fate. So that'll help trigger our Contemplation and things like that. We need 3 cuts from this. It's a good problem to have. We could even cut Dead Drop. Getting stuck with this in our hand is not great, and our mana is bad enough without it. Yeah, we almost got there. I think if we got more Jeskai fixing, then it would be less of a cost to play an extra swamp or something for the Dead Drop. And we need cuts, so if we're pressed for these cuts, the fringe cards are going to have to go. I mean, best case, there's not much you can do better than Dead Drop, but just getting it stuck in your hand and never being able to cast it, that's what we want to avoid. What creatures can we cut? I like all our creatures. We have a lot of valuable creatures. Monastery Flock just gets in the way. It's an annoying morph to play around. Sometimes people throw removal at it that's damage based and it just bounces off. Outburst. Contemplation might be another cut. Set Adrift is potentially a cut. Tormenting Voice. What's better, Blinding Spray or Set Adrift? Some of the stranger cards like Blinding Spray are neat because they're difficult to play around. Your opponent really doesn't expect them attacking into 5 mana unless they've seen it already. Hordeling Outburst. Kill Shot. Interestingly, this might be a good cut. And then we won't play any counter magic and we won't play Kill Shot. That seems wrong. Kill Shot is very good in this format. And it's one of our only true pieces of removal. But if we cut it, then all of our cards are dedicated to destroying our opponent, which might be good enough. And we have bounce, so we can rely on these things. Now, all of the cards that we have, the non-creature cards, all 13 of these guys can be cast off of Narset. And that is really nice. Okay, so we have a strategy. Build this mana base. We've got 14, 9, 7. What does it suggest? Let's start with a 7, 6, 5 mana base and do what little sculpting we can to it. We have a lot less white, but I don't want to go too low on white. So maybe we could do this. That gives us a good chance of getting Mantis Rider in there pretty early. But it is not great for Hordeling Outburst or Tormenting Voice. Actually, yeah, I'm going to cut the plains instead. And do we have a little mountain here? It's the same mountain art, so oh well. I'm going to put the art in for plains just in case we realize that's what we want. Early plays. Early plays are Goblin Slide, Quiet Contemplation, Jeskai Elder, Winter Flame, Tormenting Voice, Hordeling Outburst. And a lot of the white cards we have are not super early. Mantis Rider, that's our early game. So that looks about right. 7, 7, 5. Plus the 2 banners, which does help in our late game. 7, 7, 5. Okay. Now try to organize this for a screenshot. Put these at the 3-drop slot. Oh, let's combine the groups. Mistfire Weaver, might as well leave some things there. Yeah, well, it couldn't be more Jeskai than this. We've got all the banners. We've got Mantis Rider, Narset, the Pearl Lake Ancient itself, and only our mana base is suffering. But the good part about being a more controlling 3-color deck is you'll take some more time getting going and have more time to draw the cards you need. Morphs help a lot with that too, because you can always cast them for colorless. Yep, there it is. True Jeskai in the Khans throwback draft. Round 1, our opponent puts us in the draw and we have our natural color fixing, which is a good way to start things off. And I suppose on the draw, Master the Way looks good. What do we want to show them? White doesn't give away too much information. Any single color can be in 3 clans. So this limits them to Abzan. If you have an allied color pair, that can only be in 1 wedge. Or they could be more colors than that, which is also fine. Red next, and now it looks like we could be in Mardu or Jeskai. They don't know. But if we play blue, they know we're in Jeskai, or at least we have some Jeskai component Sultai. So it's 4 colors. And what do we do? A little late on the Jeskai Elder. So we can be a bit more mana efficient here and play this. I kind of clicked on my land quickly. Maybe I should have played the island there, but this does hide some information, I guess. So they might kill our morph without realizing what it could be as well. I mean, if you just go the natural Jeskai, then your opponent immediately thinks of the common Jeskai creature. What to do here? Alabaster Kirin. We could use Feet of Resistance to sort of punish it and get our morph a bit bigger, because that thing is somewhat annoying to deal with. Yeah, I like that plan here. So we'll attack first. I'm sure they block. Normally you want to save Feet of Resistance to be sort of reactive, but I mean, even this, like, non-ideal case gives us a 1/1 counter and destroys a creature. No blocks is very interesting and fine with me. Totally fine with me. It might mean they are on to us and they know we have something like Feet of Resistance, but that's okay too. Very hard to play around. And it keeps an extra card in our hand for next turn's Master the Way. Which could do, what, 5 damage, because we'll have to play the land first. Enoch Bondkin. And Morph, oh, a Mardu Banner. So they're just 5 color. They're having fun over there. Defiant Strike is good. Master the Way is good. What should we do? What should we do? So we have lots of options here. Flipping our morph takes all of our mana. This is the Ifrit Weapon Master. That would pump our Jeskai Elder to kill whatever they block with. And yeah, I guess it just depends how they block. So let's go ahead and attack with both. They really don't want Jeskai Elder to hit. If they only force the block on Jeskai Elder, we can pump. They're going to take all of it. They're going to take all of it, so maybe our best bet here is to flip the Weapon Master anyway. But that doesn't leave up a whole lot. Yeah, let's do that. Flip this. This gets in a whopping 8 damage. And the cool part about Master the Way is it's burn. You just save up a bunch of cards in your hand. You can do 7 damage to them. This will loot a bit, which makes Set Adrift easier to cast. And what don't we want? I guess we don't want another red right now. And pass it. Yeah, and Bondkin is not really live yet. They need to spend some mana and some time outlasting it before it becomes much of a threat. Then it could trade with the Weapon Master. They could also do some kind of trick. There's a 4 mana instant that untaps the creature and also gives it 2 1/1 counters. But our hand is very good against a lot of this. Hardened Scale, so 5 color Obzon. Yeah, I guess this is mostly just an Obzon deck from the look of it. Outlast get 2 counters, and they're holding up 3 mana. Chief of the Edge. I don't know what this deck is, actually. Hardened Scales is a very specialized card. I mean, right now it's just added 1 counter to a creature. which is not really worth a card. Unless you're also doing something cool like giving it protection from a color. There's Pearl Lake Ancient. Yeah. Have to be careful about playing these lands because right now we're doing 6 damage to them with Master the Way. Yeah, and it's possible we just want to hit here with as much as we can. Did they even attack with the Kirin? I forget. It's hard to say. I guess I could look in the record. It's likely they did. If they take this, that's fine, because Master the Way kills them. We have 5, but we draw a card first. And we have Mastered the Way. Then, you know, kill me and I'll become, strike me down and I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. That's exactly what we're doing here. I don't know what is going on with their deck, but we can't change around too many things. I love counter magic and it's a shame not to play it, but I want to maximize Narset here for whatever reason. Look, if it makes you feel any better, we could just pretend we have 2 cancels in our deck, but we never draw them. Game 2. It's likely they put us on the draw again. I think it's usually correct to be on the play with this format. And that's probably true of most fast or slower formats. There are fast formats where you can build a deck to be very defensive and with early interaction and removal, then you might want to be on the draw. But here it's like a slow format with a couple fast decks, and you don't want to get behind. All right. I don't even really want to discard a land, but I think we'll just discard a land here. Discard the mountain. Nice. Figure we draw another land, and that's nearly the way to Narset. Unfortunately, we have all our delve cards in hand instead of being able to cast them for free. Sultide Banner, we can ramp up a little bit ourselves. Potentially mastering something next turn. Or is there a better option? One option is to do the Weapon Master, Banner next turn, because next turn doesn't look much better than just playing the Weapon Master anyway. Yeah, I mean, we could Master the Way, but yeah, get the Morph out there. So Banner, potential 2-drop. 4, we can't really delve much yet. I'm excited for this Narset, though. Let's do it. And that really wants us to get Jeskai Banner down this turn. Savage Punch. Yeah, that'll do it. They kill my Morph. They don't get it in any extra damage, but yeah, they trade Savage Punch with our Weapon Master, which is fine. Okay. We could delve into Set Adrift. Let's just go for this. Quiet Contemplation could mean next turn we get to tap something down, but Jeskai Student is not a huge threat. This way we have to draw an untapped land, but it could be any untapped land to get Narset down. That's one advantage of not finding any fixing. You don't have many tapped lands. Ouch. Maybe it'll be some kind of raid monster. We have no idea out of this deck. Ivory Tusk Fortress. That's a good one. Master the Way can't kill it, but we do get our land. And I'm just going to go ahead and put Narset down because next turn looks amazing. Next turn looks real good. We can take 5 or 6 or 7 here, but without them making us sacrifice a creature, we are in pretty good shape. We've got Armament Core coming down. That is scary. It's 8 damage, and they get to untap both of these, because that's the Fortress ability. Interesting. That means we're going to have to do some things before combat. Master the Way could take care of Armament Core, and let's just count it out. So, Master the Way, and then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Set Adrift the Fortress. Master the Way the Core. I think I counted this right. I'm pretty sure I did. It just barely gets there, but it gets there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Delve is a Delve is fair, okay? Delve is a fair mechanic. And now, Narset, you just have to do the rest on your own, I'm afraid. Always yield. Can we get some kind of interaction? Even a +1/+0 trick would do it. We have to cast it immediately. Oh, until end of turn. That is nuts. Are they complimenting us on our play here? Because they have no response. So I don't know what they're waiting for. Reading it, I guess. Keep that chat open, see if anything interesting happens. What happened? I just missed? That's not good. Did I really just miss? I completely blanked. Narset, you are too much. I mean, it's not that unlikely you miss, but it is unfortunate. I tried so hard. We built our whole deck for this moment. Oh well. Quiet contemplation. This is what we're reduced to. Your turn. 5, 6, 7. If they have +1/+1 pump, with that prowess trigger, they win. But yeah, we'll crack the banner. It's mana neutral for the treasure cruise, but it gives us an extra card. That is super unfortunate. Imagine having Narset again, and literally anything in our deck would have worked with it. Like any card left in our entire deck. Well, maybe not. Monastery Flock. Yeah, not an easy one. Okay, let's Treasure Cruise. Kind of expensive here, but go for it. And I don't think we have too much super early red. Keep this thing tapped down. Draw 3. That's not going to do it. Let's see if they can figure out how to finish this game. They'll have to show the morph no matter what happens. We could Defiant Strike to tap something. But that also doesn't change anything. They just attack with the other one. Okay, no reason to show them that we have so many of that trick, because that's one they could be thinking about for the next game. And now what are they doing? They are flipping Abzan Guide, which they would have to show us anyway. Great. Too bad. Yeah, I mean, there are cards that wouldn't have worked for us, but let's take a look at all the cards that would have worked for us. Winterflame, Force Away, Feat of Resistance, Defiant Strike, Defiant Strike. We already had Set Adrift. We used most of our mana that turn. Blinding Spray is one we could bring in. But I think the deck's good like this. We get to be on the play this game. And kind of an awkward hand. I will keep it because we do have so many lands and we can just use this Defiant Strike to cantrip off of their creature if it comes to it. And we do have this 3-drop to keep us going. Come on, land. Just want to keep drawing land for a while. No luck. No luck on turn 1. Or turn 2, rather. Attempt 1 to draw land failed. Oh yes, play that creature. Chief of the Edge. Well, it's going to be a powerful Chief of the Edge. Just careful doing this if it gives your opponent's creatures haste. Nice. Nice. Can we... Yeah, I think we can do our trick that we did last game where we play Jeskai Banner on turn 4. Hopefully we draw land, and get Narset out as soon as possible. Do they kill the morph first, or do they attack into it? This attack's kind of funny. I mean, of course I block, but they must have some kind of pump. No, they're trading off. Wow, that's a really good creature they just lost. I will go for the banner here. Because we got the first land, we just need another one. And don't have many tapped lands in our deck. Come on, yes, okay. Great, Narset coming out. Very hard for them to deal with. Maybe Pearl-like Ancient after that. But we've drawn like a god this game. Turn 5 Narset. Of course, we still have to get lucky off the trigger for this to work. I mean, we'll be attacking into 4 toughness again. So, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, no blocks from us, but I'm sure they have a follow-up that they can block with. We will just see. Did they just try to target our thing? No, they're playing another land. And it's Ivory Tusk Fortress. Oh, goodness. Three plus 4 is 7. I think we just attack into this. This is awful, but we can finish off the Ivory Tusk Fortress with Master the Way if all goes wrong. I'm trying to hit bounce here, and it's Feet of Resistance. Okay. Well, that's not awful. I can play it without paying its mana cost. Yeah, so this works really nicely. We can kill this Ivory Tusk Fortress. I think they block with it still, yeah, but we'll give it protection from whichever color here. And now our creature's big, so we'll give it protection from black. I mean, have to give it protection from one of the Abzan colors. The banner is nice. Play that. And mastery time. Maybe we even get a land here. Finish that off, do another 4 to it, so plenty of damage. They gain 4 life, but it doesn't matter. And then I guess that's it. Well, no, we can't quite Treasure Cruise, so we can play Morph. That's how you do it, Narset. Well done. The Jeskai Master is teaching lessons. Yeah, take another 3 here. They're pulling way ahead in life, but hopefully we can just bring this home with another lucky Narset trigger. And no dead drop from them. More Savage Punchery. Goodness gracious. The attack is free to begin with, because their creature just can't compete. Hexproof is so annoying to deal with. Winterflame, you say. 2 damage to a creature, tap creature. Well, that's not useful. And it's just until end of turn, right? See what else we exiled here. A bunch of lands and Ifrit Weapon Master. Yeah, I guess I'm okay with them blocking. The other nice part about playing it is it goes to our graveyard instead of staying exiled. So we can treasure cruise with it. You have to watch Narset because Narset will mill you. It will deck you. So we do that. Get in the 4 damage. 7. Hold up Pearl Lake Ancient. Treasure Cruise, exiling our whole graveyard, and paying 2. Defiant Strike. Okay, this looks good. We hold up 7. We block the Sultai Flare and play a really difficult to deal with threat. Dead Drop. Even Dead Drop would be fine. Because we could return our Pearl Lake Ancient. I mean, it wouldn't be fine. We'd lose one of our best creatures in play, but hopefully we can kill them before we deck ourselves, though. So here we block. They go up to 25 again. But no more. No more free life. Read my lips. Sultai Banner. 14 cards left, so we can only really attack with Narset maybe 2 more times. If that. Get Quiet Contemplation going. Get the Prowess on that. Get Defiant Strike going. Tap down one of the Kirans. And let's attack and get this Narset trigger. That'll likely give us another Quiet Contemplation. Yeah, we can force away this thing. Well, I guess we don't really need the Quiet Contemplation. But let's go ahead and do that anyway. Get more prowess here. I probably don't want to use this Tormenting Voice ever. No, we won't pay for it. Draw a card with the ability. Also, no. Maybe I should have done that. Yeah, this is quite the awkward spot. If we're trying to kill them next turn, which I think is a good idea, then this probably works out. Can even gain some life, so no, we don't pay for that. Right, so what can we do here? I guess playing both of our creatures is a nice thing to do, and hope they don't have Dune Blast. No Dune Blast, please. Kieran comes back, and they've only got one card left. So we need to hit some good stuff off of our Narset. Furthermore, they can block this. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have one chance at a Jeskai banner. Oh, no. We shouldn't use a Jeskai banner. We should just attack with Narset. Yeah, because some of the cards we would want to cast with this draw us a card anyway. Defiant Strike. Actually, that might have been a big blunder. I don't have many instants left in my deck. Yep, I might have just lost the game. Hordeling Outburst and Goblin Slide. Oops. So they block our big guy. 4, 5. And we have one more turn here. So we can just, yeah, I guess we just take another turn and win next turn. We can even attack with Narset next turn, because it exiles, it doesn't draw. Do we want to put them even lower here? No, I think it's better to hold up Mistfire Weaver. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Puts them at 4. And we'll have plenty of damage next turn. I don't want to do this. No, thank you. No, thank you. Thank goodness it lets me choose. First we'll go Goblin Slide. Keep this thing tapped. Yep. And then we can cast Hordeling Outburst. Keep that thing tapped. Lots of triggers. Always yield to these. Yes, we'll pay to get our goblins, so tons of goblins. Don't need to pay for this one again. And while we are at it, Windscarred Crag. Okay, your turn. And the neat part here is we have enough mana to bounce Pearl Lake Ancient and play it again. Flash is nice. We can't do that and flip our morph, but hey, I'm not complaining too much. They're at 4 life. If we were really good, we'd know exactly what our last card was. Do we know what it is? It might be the bounce spell. Yeah, it's the whatever it's called. Well, that's a great card to have on top. One card left. Ooh. Yeah, Narset, you really grind through the library, but you also get it done. All right, Lord Tupperware. I guess this is a fellow streamer. Would you like to play first? Yes, I'd love to play first. Shoot him the good luck, have fun that they might never see, and keep my hand. Sure. No blue, but that's what morphs are for. And hitting land drops is nice, because if we do get that blue, then we can get Narset out there, and that's just a ton of fun. Oh no, mirror match? We'll see. Again, that does limit them to Jeskai if they're a 3-color combination. But they don't know. We could be the most aggressive Mardu deck, or some other weird thing. Okay, it's some 5-color brew, I imagine. Yes, blue is excellent. Do Weaver... Quiet Contemplation doesn't get much done here. I think we do Weaver this turn, because that's something we could flip next turn. Not that we'll really want to, but certainly we cannot flip the Weapon Master next turn. Yeah, it just depends on what happens here. They play their own morph. It's just going to be morph, morph, morph. No attacks with the game. That's kind of fun. That's kind of funny. I'll play another morph then. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't attack with the game. They might think they're the big late game deck. Little do they know. That would be us. Neat. Well, they might imagine what our morph is. And I'm happy enough... This is probably the Obzon thing. I'm happy enough attacking with the Weapon Master first. Because I want to get this Quiet Contemplation out there. There's no block they could make for it that punishes us. And they probably imagine what it is. This forces us to flip it, which is annoying. But it does kill this Highland game. And flipping it leaves us with a better creature. Just it is, you know, imagine a trick that gave your creature +2/+1 in first strike that you used to kill one of their creatures. Let's do it. Pump our other little guy for not much effect. Subtle little things, but I don't even want to F6 here because doing so would mean that this definitely isn't an 06 that we can flip for free, for example. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they attacked with this morph and flipped it into a 4/4 lifelink. Could also be the Sultai monster, but that is unlikely to flip after blocks, so I'll just take it. We can just take it. No flips, they're going to develop their board. Sagu Archer. Ah, good blocker for the Weapon Master. And the Mantis Rider, for that matter. Yeah. Yeah, about that. About that. Get blue into play. I think we just do this and attack with both. It guarantees a little bit of damage. Get that 3 in there. And instead of holding up my morph, I'm going to run out this Quiet Contemplation. That morph is a cool effect, but they have more than one target, and it's not even that likely that they would use a trick to attack one of our, not a trick, a removal spell on one of our creatures. They could, but even then, it's somewhat likely that we could use our 3/1 later. Yeah, no blocks here. I really think that's going to be the 4/4. Better yet, it's going to be a 6/7. But either way, they're not flipping it yet. Okay, this is getting worse and worse for me, for sure. But not much they could have left. They have a bunch of morphs. Maybe it's time for some defense. Maybe it's time for some defense, because I probably block this morph with the Weapon Master and just hope it's not a giant woolly Loxodon or whatever. Pass it. All the mana. Could be a villainous wealth payoff. Well, they're tapping stuff. Play another morph. Another morph first main and do nothing. Yeah, that's what I expect. Something. Master the Way, Defiant Strike, something. What to do with this? What to do about this? I think we play it here. So we can play it targeting the Mantis Rider and then keep that Sagu Archer tapped down. I'm really just doing this to draw a card, but it gets some incidental damage in. Yes, Master the Way. Oh, that's so good. We have infinite morphs to choose from. And if we get unlucky, if we choose wrong, it might be some 06 morph. But I'm feeling lucky here. Let's go for this morph. Or actually, we could wait a turn. We could wait a turn, especially since that gives us more mana to use Quiet Contemplation next turn. So get in there with the Mantis Rider. Worst, or even not a terrible case, would be they flip an 05 and block it. Oh, I should have played land. Oh, I screwed up. Oh no, not playing land there makes a little sense because we can use that extra card in our hand for Master the Way. But yeah, not amazing. They'll hold up all of their morphs. And what do? We can do 4 damage to a target. This might come back and bite us. This is risky. But I'm going to Master the Way this morph and keep the Sagu Archer tapped. Most of the morphs out of these colors, well, all of them are 3/4s or 4/4s. And they've got, yeah, pay 1 here. Master the Way. It is Obzon Guide. Okay, great. Okay, land and a free 3 damage. See if they flip another couple Obzon Guide or Sagu Archers here. They have 1 more Sagu Archer, which is good that we know about, like which one that is. Secret plans. Oh no. Oh dear. So that pumps these guys. It also gives them 2 cards in the bank for when they flip these morphs. I'm glad we sprung those traps when we did. Yeah, not much I can do anymore. Just wait. Even flipping this morph is not great because Sagu Archers, just a ton of them. Glacial Stalker, draw card. Yep. This is crazy. We chose like the only morph that we could have killed with Master the Way at that turn. Sultai Banner. So yeah, it's a Sultai deck. Secret plans plus white splash for the good morphs. We could have also killed the Sidisi's pet. Our board looks pretty good on defense. They might be thinking this is another Weapon Master, although we probably would have flipped that by now to kill a Sagu Archer. Yeah, so no, they know this cannot be Weapon Master, and their deck just doesn't have any targeted removal, I guess, just all creatures and secret plans. The Morph deck. And our deck is all lands. So, that going for us. I just hope we draw Narset first, because then our deck is full of good cards to cast to hit off of Narset. They've got nothing. Nice. All the lands. All the lands. Yep. $13, yeah, well over half our lands, and they do have Villainous Wealth. I thought it might be. Target creature you control gains hexproof. Okay, have fun. Goblin Slide, Treasure Cruise, Pearl Lake Ancient, Winter Flame. Have fun. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh, I'll let them have their fun here. I said they might be a Treasure Cruise or Villainous Wealth style deck. You know, at least we can give our thing hexproof. Target creature you control gains hexproof. All right, let's do that. Stop it from killing this. Yeah, they can tap whatever else. Is it possible for me to win? No. No, it's not. But maybe they'll give us back our Pearl Lake Ancient. Maybe they will. They even get Goblin Slide. What a boss. Are we dead this turn? No, we're not dead. But we're taking a lot. Go to 7 here. They gain some life. Oh, yeah. Just in time. Yeah, this is a poor showing. It's a bad draw. Play this face down and see if we can survive another turn. They even got our Monastery Flock. How rude. Another morph. Cash it in for a card here, maybe. Yep. Try to get a goblin. I would love for them to get a goblin. Why haven't I given up yet? Mainly to let them have some fun, to be honest. I'm living vicariously through their villainous wealth. Seeing how sweet my deck is. But, I mean, we have the potential to win, I guess. Prowess on the Pearl Lake Ancient, that's kind of rough. But nothing for it here. Let's do some of this, some of these blocks. Just have to chump something, I guess. No attacks with the Sage Eye. Oh no, they can't, of course. How does this work? Does this do anything? It kills one of these Sidisi's pets. And it kills Pearl Lake Ancient, hopefully. And of course, we can't play within many margins of error. Why is the stack down there? I don't know. Moving it out of the way of these crazy boards. Cool. So we survive. Some of our creatures even survive, which is a bonus. And they've got more morphs. They haven't seen Narset yet, which might be an advantage. And we find another land. Did they hit a single land off Villainous Wealth? I guess they hit 2. 16. We have 2 more lands in our deck. So get ready to draw them this turn. And are we dead to this attack? Let's see, we block 3 and we take 4. Okay, so yes, we're super dead to this attack. We don't even get to tap a creature with our Quiet Contemplation. That was rough. I want to bring in a counter spell. That is the only way we can really deal with that. And Villainous Wealth can just mill us too, is the other problem. Cranial Archive would be a decent one to bring in. And I could see bringing that in for Tormenting Voice against this. Set Adrift, Goblin Slide. Set Adrift is going to be good because it can get non-land permanents that we could cancel later. Contemplation might be a bit slow, but I think it's fine. Yeah, we need cancel for their big finale. force away. The bounce is also good to get our stuff back. Outburst might not be the best option. It gives us a lot of chump blockers, but that might not be good enough. They have a lot of 2/5s. How do we deal with that? Steal them? Basically tap them down, so I think Quiet Contemplation is one of our best bets. Do we want to load up on that? Do another one? No, I think this is fine. We'll be on the play again. I might be overanalyzing a game that just came down to drawing more lands than we would expect to in the first half of our deck. Let's do it. On the play, almost a turn 3 Mantis Rider. I'll keep it. Turn 3 cancel. And at the very least, turn 3 Weapon Master. Yeah, definitely lead with the Mountain in case things go well for us. Because most people are playing Grey Ogres on turn 3. Haste 3/3 Flying Vigilances. That's the real deal. Oh, yes. Yes, please. Their deck can be a little slow to get going. Certainly they're not going to have any Sagu Archers immediately. Sultide Banner. Looks good, looks good. What do we do? I'm tempted by this Defiant Strike to begin with. That'll help us find land, Winter Flame even. I don't want to use that yet, but that'll be a good one soon. I do like the ability to see what has happened in a game. I think that's one of the advantages of Magic Online over Arena, where it's a little more cryptic as to what actually has happened in the game. But you know, it's kind of ugly, but whatever. You can always close it. And do we want to start with Weaver or the Weapon Master? I guess the Weapon Master is just potentially more aggressive next turn. If we draw that land. And we've been drawing the lands on time, that's for sure. What is this attack about? I don't know. But it's probably just a raid. Like let's say they do +2/+2. I don't see they could do a pump. I don't know why they would do that. That was weird. Maybe they thought I wouldn't know what's in the format or something. I don't know. That was strange. Okay. We can't flip our morph. So, you know what we could do? We could use this Winter Flame to finish off the Sagu Archer. Is that worth it? I think that's worth it here. Alternatively, we could just get this Mistfire Weaver going. Yeah, I like that. And then if their next play is just to play another Sagu Archer and we draw the land, we can go ahead and punish that block with the Weapon Master. Temur Charger, that is not going to do it. That is not good enough. And I imagine they guess what this card is, but if they don't block, then what do I do now? I didn't even think of this. So this would be 10. puts them at 6. I could hold up cancel. Putting them at 6 is pretty good for Master the Way. Yeah, let's just go nuts here. Two cards away from Master the Way, killing them, and if they don't find a blocker, it just kills them next turn. So I think we're in good shape here. It's not like we need to hold cancel up for Villainous Wealth. Villainous Wealth could stop us in our tracks somewhat, but only if they have 10 mana. 3 plus X to cast that. And they have red too? Interesting. I wonder if that's a sideboard thing, or if they're actually splashing some red morph. Throttle, the Weapon Master. Speaking of masters, time to master the way. Cool. The final game. Throttle. Yeah, I like having the option of cancel. A little sad to bring out Tormenting Voice, but ultimately, I don't know. We exile so much of our deck. Cranial Archive might not be as good as I give it credit for. I'll do Tormenting Voice. The thing is, we can shuffle back in what we cast off of Narset, but if they're going to Villainous Wealth us or something, it's just not at its best. Yeah, this is a playable hand. Potential to get Goblin Slide going early. Hopefully we draw something to discard, because I like all of these cards. At this point we might have to discard Winter Flame. But the nice part about Winter Flame is before they cast their enchantment, Winter Flame kills all of their morphs, and they're mulliganing down to 6. So yeah, I'll keep this. It's hard to go wrong with this hand. It's just hard to know exactly what to do with Tormenting Voice. Whatever we do with it is going to be good, but maybe not optimal. All right, they choose a card to put on the bottom, and we're off. Ooh. Yes, very likely we can find that blue source by voicing away maybe even Goblin Slide. Or we could voice away the mountain. I'm going to voice away Goblin Slide here. We actually have a more creature-heavy hand, and not necessarily a ton of extra mana. Hopefully they don't... I guess they couldn't counter Mantis Rider here. They could bounce it. But wow, that's feeling good. Oh no. Well, 2 really good games, I think. Even game 1, so they got mana screwed this game and had to mulligan. Even game 1 was pretty good. Like, we got flooded eventually, but that happens. On to the finals. In the finals, would we like to play first? Yeah, generally. Good luck, have fun. Wow. We even have the chat open to see it, so I will keep this hand. Turn 5 Narset. That's the plan as usual. We need to draw pretty much just a banner and then any land that would get us there. 2 banners in the deck. It's funny, this reminds me a little bit of the Niv Mizzet, where it has a pretty tough mana requirement, but it's 6 mana and you play your lockets or your banners to try to get there. Can we get it? No. Okay, well the hand doesn't do much without Narset, so we got one chance to draw that. I would be happy with any red source at this point, but the rest of our hand doesn't do anything. Hmm. Well, they're Obzons, so very few raid mechanics. There are a couple we could have played around here by forcing this away before attacks. Yeah, like this one, but this one isn't even that important because it's just their life total. I'm going to go ahead and bounce it, though. Make him do it again. That's a lot of damage coming up early. And then we could set adrift this morph, interestingly, which, you know, saves us a little hassle. And it shows us what one of their morphs is. So that was a Krumar Bondkin. Saddlebrute comes down with a little bit of pain. And Magic the Gathering. Oh well. A nice mana base for a blue-white control deck, but one card away from doing Treasure Cruise. I like how I've played this so far. Just not ideal. Nice, if we draw even a Plains or an Island, we can get Pearl Lake Ancient down next turn. Very hard for them to play around that. Of course, they could just kill it and we're back to the Stone Ages of our mana development, but Bitter Revelation. Okay. What I don't want to see is something I can't play, but it might be the case that every single card in our deck is playable besides a red card. Jeskai Banner. Great. It's even this isn't ideal, but I'll take it at this point. A little too late. Hope I don't die before I can do something fun. I might have to hold up Pearl Lake Ancient before I play Narset. 6. Yeah, well, we'll see. They can just play Krumar Bondkin face up. I mean, they have a million cards in their hand. Scavenger and Grizzly to the graveyard with Revelation. Maybe that meant they were looking for mana. All right. Yeah, one problem is they could just play some removal and we're dead to it. But I don't think we have a better option than trying to eat their 5/3. Narset is a guaranteed blocker for the Bondkin. But, yeah. Well, let's see. Like Murderous Cut or something would kill us here. If this works, we're in much better shape. 6, 7. Throttle. Okay, so what can I do here? I can bounce it back to our hand by returning 3 lands. If we do that, we'll have 5 lands next turn. Which would be enough to do like Hordling Outburst, but not Narset and Hordling Outburst, which we could only do anyway if we draw exactly a red. So we could just do Hordling Outburst. 6. Oh well. Back to the Stone Ages with us. And they get a 5/5. Tough stuff. So we'll have to go ahead and play the Outburst to survive here. And we're not trading with much. We could take a hit from the Saddle Brute to try to finish off Krumar Bondkin. We might die to that if they have a +2/+2 thing, but desperate times here. we're just a few turns behind what we could have been. Imagine a turn 3 Jeskai banner. But yeah, let's go ahead and try to make this work. Defiant Strike on one of these. They didn't do anything before damage, so maybe they don't have that extra 2 damage. We will see. Even just another creature is kind of painful here, especially a lethal evasive creature. Mistfire Weaver, maybe that's good enough? No, all 3 creatures are lethal. Too little, too late. Might have been better off there letting Pearl Lake Ancient die, to be honest. Okay. Did I submit by accident? I think so, but I wasn't going to change anything. Blinding Spray. Blinding Spray's an option, though. What would I bring that in for? Tormenting Voice, maybe. And the other option is just get this kill shot in there. And take out Hordling Outburst. Nah. It's good enough how it is. Alright, what about this hand? This hand does not look great, unfortunately. It is too expensive, and these are all good cards to hit off of Narset, but we don't have that, and potentially we just won't get the mana we need. So that's a mulligan. This is much better. I might throw back a Plains here. Keep it. Put Plains back, because we'll have the white source from Jeskai banner, and this gives us a turn 3 outburst. And it's nice to have a Pearl Lake Ancient around, even if you misplay them. Cool. Good start, good start. Happy enough drawing land. Hordling Outburst kind of trades with 1 morph, and you have a goblin left over, so that's nice. Or just blocks 3 5/5 creatures. Keeps you alive for a bit. Defiant Strike works well with it. This gives away what we might have, I think, but there's no attack that makes sense here. The only attack that would kind of make, like, the only card they could be thinking about that might make sense with this attack is the +1/+1 protection trick, which really doesn't make sense because we're not going to give up a card that good just to kill a morph. Anyway, there's no way they attack into this. Oh, that's too bad. First thing is we can Defiant Strike our Goblin and then maybe discard what we draw off it, but we probably have to let Pearl Lake Ancient go. Too bad. Discard 2 cards. This is awful. We could keep Defiant Strike. Yeah, getting punished on the mulligan on the draw, or sorry, on the play. Mulligan on the play. Land has to go. I think we keep Pearl Lake Ancient. We're pretty close to getting that, and it's a threat we can't replace. No attacks. Yeah, I'm sure they would have blocked that turn, seeing 2 Defiant Strikes gone. Turn 5. I guess they missed a land drop there, which is great for us. They even milled some fixing. Don't do anything you won't. Don't do anything you'll regret here. All right, Hooting Mandrills. Untap land off the top, or Narset maybe. Yeah, just pass it. And they know about Pearl-like Ancient, and they know this is the mana we need to cast it, so I wonder if they don't have Throttle up. But maybe they're hoping we didn't keep this card in hand. They're like, there's no way you kept Pearl-like Ancient in your hand. What could this be? This could be a 1/5 bird, and it could be a 1/4 lifelink. Or it could be the trample thing, but it's still worth blocking it here. If they have the right card, then... Oh, that was wonderful. Then we get punished a little bit, but we just lose one goblin. And they did have the Throttle second main. My goodness. 5. Let's see. I don't want them to just be able to kill this outright, so... Whoops. And yeah, play around certain cards that could kill it as a 2/2. It's nice that it gives the bonus when it enters. Pearl-like Ancient, yeah, we got them there. They still have a million cards in their hand. And a million more. But I'm alive, I'm at 20 life, our deck is good. They killed one of our greatest threats, but not our only big threat. And our board is much better. So this will be a 3/1 horse? No, it's going to be a big delve scavenger, which fortunately we can attack through. Mountain, excellent. Yep, time for the flood. Siege Rhino, that's a powerful magic card. One we can't attack through. They're just going to punch. And our goblin is not flying to block this mess. Master the Way. That's tempting just to run out here. The Lightning Helix from Siege Rhino also puts us in our place. It's tempting to run out, but we can't kill a creature. We could just wait a turn. Pointed at them to cantrip it. I can't just sit around, so yeah, Master the Way you go. Yeah, because we were drawing Island next turn. I mean, we draw Island next turn, then we Master the Way the Scavenger. They even despise us. What else? Dead Drop. Another Scavenger. Trample makes this block look pretty bad. And it looks like we just came up short this match. We can't even crack our other banner. We almost got there this game. It's just that they had enough cards to keep going after you know, we punished a lot of their attacks. But we didn't, and then we drew a bunch of lands. So thank you for watching. This was a pretty neat deck. We did go off with Narset once or twice, so that was a lot of fun. And you know, maybe the most difficult con to build a deck around, because you really need to be thinking about your deck from early. But that's why you might get Narset more often than many of the other cons. They could not win here if they assigned more than they assigned 3 damage or something to our goblin. Then they won't trample over for enough. But yeah, good luck in your drafts. That is one of the last cons drafts of this incarnation of it. And I'll catch you next time.